Zevahim Daf Kuf Tet Vav, continuing from Kuf Yod Dalet Amud Bet, 9 lines in the bottom. The Mishnah said, "Alot hen v'shal mehen." Person mentioned people who are asur. If they were to offer their Allah Shlamim after the Betamadrash, they are chayav. V'hani b'nei Shlamim, why are they chayav? They're technically able to. Sorry, we did this already yesterday. This only applies. When do we say that a person who brings the asham too early, the premature asham after the B'nai is patur? That only applies when he offered it for the actual sake that it's supposed to be. But if he offered it for a different purpose, he's a chayav. Because technically he's eligible for it, not the right purpose. Therefore, if he did it for its right purpose, therefore if he did it for the wrong purpose, he's a chayav. Okay. Yeah, here's the case. Lishmon, I mean, is the case. Why? So you should be happy even if you do it for its own sake. Because technically, it's even if not for the wrong purpose. The Gemara says, "Akira." No, in order to be accepted as a korban, it needs to be uprooted first. Since it didn't uprooted yet, you're patur. Is that possible? If you ever found a korban kasher lishmo that's kasher that is pasul if you did it correctly, the kasher shloshmo but you did it incorrectly, it's not pasul. Like how does that even make sense? The Gemara says below. What do you mean? What's the problem? But we see Pesach Pshayim Tashna. A korban Pesach they offer throughout the year except on Pesach. The eno kasher lishmo technically is not kasher for korban Pesach. The kasher lishmo but if you do not slaughter for Pesach, it's kasher. The Gemara says that's not the same. Pesach Pshayim Tashna shlaminu. It's not kasher throughout the years of Quran Bezach. It's kasher as a regular Shlamim, not a proof. Okay, so what do we see? Rav Hilkiah, Rav Huna have a machloket, whether or not you're chayab for slaughtering a premature asham for the wrong purpose outside of Mikdash. Let me say, let's bring a proof for Rav Hilkiah. Yachol Shani Museh, maybe the pasuk that taught me that you have to bring it by the entrance of the Ohel Moed. Maybe that also would exclude your patur. An olah also that was done prematurely by the owner. Also the nazir asham or misra asham that also disqualified. The pasuk says shor mikumakom any type of abel. Kesed mikumakom any type of sheep. Aiz mikumakom any type of goat. Ve'ilu hatat. Now we see that it does not mention the hatat. Only mentions Hashem. The Ma'askinim, whatever case. Ilim of his man, if you talk about the right time, my area Hashem, why only Hashem? I feel hatanami even a hatat. El Shlozman was not the wrong time, prematurely. Ubmai, now what's the case? Ilim Hashem, if you did it for the right purpose, Hashem Mahayav, why Bechayav? It's not Ra'ui. El Shloshmo must be a case where it's not for the right purpose. We see that you're Chayav for slaughtering it for the not right purpose. Proof like Quran of Hilkiah. Quran says not a proof. The Alam is the right time. But Shloshmo is not the right sake. The reality is going to be the Amar Mashkina Hashem Hatat. Throw back to the beginning of Masechet. He has the Hekesh between Asham and Hatat, just like the Hatat is slaughtered for the wrong purpose is Pasul, so too is Asham. Betana Tafel, why did you mention the secondary case? Is because you teach the secondary case and know that the primary case is the same halacha as well. Meaning, he holds that both the Asham and Hatat are Pasul if you slaughter them not the right purpose. And you could have mentioned the Hatat, but you mentioned the Asham, the secondary, so you know Hatat for sure. Okay. Another proof for Helgi attempt. Tashmar, Yachoshani Merbe, I might have included from the Pasuk. Olad mechosas man b'gufa, then olad that is prematurely by itself. B'chtad ben b'gufa b'malim when chtad prematurely either because of the owner or the by itself. So the Gemara the pasuk says el petach oil mu'ayed, which means kol she'en ra'ul avo b'nei ra'ul anything that's not a way to come, not fit yet to come to the entrance of the oil mu'ayed. En hayadin aleheni, but you're not chayav. Also, does not mention hatat. Ve'lu Hashem shayar we see only mentions hatat, not Hashem. Ma'askina, what's the case? Either Hashem was by purpose. Hashem not nifsirei, but also patur for an Hashem since the wrong purpose. Alav shlosh being that wrong purpose, and we see that it's not ra'ui. Proof according to Hilkiah, the Gemara says the Olam is not a purpose. The Eliezer continues the Makisha Shem Hatat, and you cover the whole thing with false answer. Tashma, let's try again. The Chiyat Ravdimi Amaroni, Abdimi came, he said, Tana de Berebi Levai. The real Levi taught, Yachol Shanim Mosi Af Olat Mehuzaz Man Ba'alim. You would think that based on the pasuk, you might think that can exclude the olah that's too early because of the owner. V'Hashem Nazir, v'Hashem Mitzvah Minayin. How would I know that an Hashem of a Nazir or Mitzvah also disqualified? And all of a sudden he interrupts V'Nasir to Medul Hayuva, and then Braita mentions the pasuk teaches the Chayav give rid of the korbanot. B'Le'adana, I forgot what it was. Ravina, the Ravina says, Shor b'Komakom Kesed b'Komakom Ed b'Komakom. These words include all korbanot. So we see this Braita being the proof according to Hilkiah because it mentions only Hashem ben Hatat. Same format as before. The question is, how might do Rumia? What kind of contradictions? We give some answers before. It's according to Eliezer. Mar Nachman is not good proof. Mishum did Rabbi tell that Levi because if Dimi asked the question based off of Rabbi Levi onto Levi. Because why? Levi learned Hashem Nazir Hashem Mesurah. The Hashem Nazir and Hashem Mesurah Shahis Nashon Shmai to solve for one purpose. Kashim de Kasher. Vilo Alul Balim Nishum Hava, and it did not count like the owner did not fulfill his requirement. Shahatan Mechosaz Man Badim, if they slaughtered the wild too early because of the owner. Oh, Shahayu Benesh Teshanim Shahatan, or if they slaughtered while at 2 years old, in the second year, and he slaughtered them, Piston the Pasul. So we see from here that if the Brother is saying that if you slaughter the premature Asham in Bet HaMikdash, it's Pasul, which when you did it outside, you Patur. Dimi answered, Look, he gives it, where are you? The Asham was slaughtered for their own sake, and in the case of the Braita, where it wasn't the right purpose. Rashi asked a similar question in our Mishnah. Mishani also answered, same purpose. So what do we see? From the fact that they were able to ask a question from the Braitot onto each other, you brought a contradiction onto them, it must be that he knows that Rabbi Levi is referring to a case where the Asham was slaughtered too early. So you can't tell me it's from out a case at the right time. Therefore, we have to say, maybe to say to Ravina, maybe it's a question of Ravuna. Proof according to Hilkiah. Ravuna would answer you. Maybe it's from a case where the guy says designated two Ashams. Right? He's afraid one of them might get lost. And therefore, once he designated them, for sure one of them was going to be Ola because he has need both. Like Ravuna says, Hashem and Hashem has already been pre-designated to be grazing, will always be nothing. And you slaughtered it for no intention. Okay, nice part of the Mishnah. Someone offers the meat of a hatat after the Bet HaMikdash patur. Tilmaran, minayim ma'alad basar hatat. How do you know that if someone offers the meat of a hatat, b'sar Hashem or the Hashem, b'sar koshim, b'sar kalim or kalim, u'matar omer, the remaining part of the omer korban, u'shtei alechim, or the two loaves from Shavuot, u'lachem panim, or the lachem panim, u'shem min ha'chot, or any korban mincha, shapatur, hainu is patur. So when the Gemara says olah, only an olah. Ma'olah shir yala Allah, just like an olah is fit to be brought up. Of course, so free to brought up. These other things are not brought up; they're actually consumed. Minan, how do you know? Even one who pours oil from korban mincha back with the oil, mixes the oil by potato, or he breaks the mincha into pieces. V'amaleach, or he salts it. V'amenif, or he waves it. V'amagish, or he brings it to the mincha korban. V'amestira shulchan, or he sets the lachem panim up. V'ametiv, in order to setting up the menorah. V'amakumes, or he removes the kumes, the flour from the korban mincha. V'mekabel, receives the blood of the korban in the cup. B'haus, he does it outside the Bet HaMikdash. Patur hainu patur. The other says Hashem ya'aleh alo al zavah. Ma'ala she'id gemara. That's like bring up the avodah. Bring up the korban is the avodah. You're chayav for outside. Av kol shul gemara avodah. So anything else that's the ending or the concluding avodah, which all these other things are not, and therefore you be patur. Mentioned the menorah has to in a case where he either brought the menorah outside or some other process. Okay, we'll stop here. Baruch Amen.